Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to face the east and give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Barach Kodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching, teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayath, the Davadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere citations. All right, so just a little story time here. Friday, when I got off of work, I went to a little shop, a sandwich shop called Capriati's, and just to get some food. And there was this lady there. She looked to be about in her 40s, maybe 50s. And I just ordered my food, and I just went to sit down and wait until my order was ready. She spoke to me, I spoke to her, and I'm just like, just basically, how things are so expensive nowadays. And, the inflation, I mentioned it, and she's like, and do you know why? And she said that so-called Jesus is coming back this September. As I conversed with her, she had a zeal for the Lord, but not according to knowledge, because she claimed herself to be a Christian. And, it's kind of funny because she said she was talking in Hebrew. She asked if I knew Hebrew, and I said I knew a little. I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you guys. I'm not skilled in the Hebrew language. I would like to be, because that's our original language. Excuse me. But the language she was speaking was not Hebrew, it was that Yiddish, which is that language spoken by those small hats. And Yiddish is a language that's a mixture of German, Spain, and a couple of other languages, but because she mentioned the Elohim when it's really Elohayim. And she mentioned, and I told her, do you know what the name of the true name of the Father and the only begotten Son? She said, for Yahushai, she said Yeshua. And for the Father, Yahweh, she said Yehudi. And I'm going through this in my mind. I told her that the true Hebrew names are Yahweh and Yahushai. And and I told her, I said, I told her that I'm an Israelite, and she was kind of excited to know that I knew who I really was and all that. But and I asked her what tribe is she from. She said she thinks she's from the tribe of Judah. So I said, it's okay. So the so-called Negroes. So the head tribe. So I even asked her, what do you think the wicked are today? And she said it was the Muslims, the Arabs. So she thinks Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, is the wicked. And I told her I had to wait because there was an Edomite man and waiting in line for his food, so I had to wait until he left because I didn't want to stir up I was trying to use a little wisdom as to not draw too much attention. So I told her it's Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. And she's kind of like, and she says, but yeah, that's Japheth. So just from hearing her going off on all these things that, in fact, let me get the script. And, let me get it here. I wrote it down. It's going to be the book of Romans, chapter 10. You know, like I said, I was just small talk. She just happened to say something to me, and I just responded, and we just had little conversations, just to see where her mind is at. All right, this is going to be the book of Romans. It's going to be chapter 10. Excuse me. Romans chapter 10, verse 2. And it says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge." So they have, they have that passion, they have that diligence in them to want to know more, to seek the truth, but they're going off. They don't have the 100% truth. Because why? It wasn't given unto them. And I could tell that she wasn't really listening to me, and then she acted like she knew something. I don't want to, as much as I wanted to really get into it and get the truth out to her, but the Spirit said, no, just your order's ready, just take your food and get on out of there, don't even deal with her. That was the Spirit right there, though. She seemed like a really nice lady. We said our farewells, and that was that. And the whole thing with inflation. The thing was that I got a discount because where I work is right next to the Capriati shop, so they gave me a discount. But for her, she said that she had to pay $40 for 2 sandwiches, which is ridiculous. But anyway, going back to Romans chapter 10, verse 2, and it reads, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge." Verse 3, "For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness." Okay? So they're trying to look for their own way. And what did the scripture say again in Proverbs? "There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the ways thereof are the ways of death." Okay? When you're in this truth, this ministry, you have to humble yourself to the point where you have to understand that you don't know a damn thing. You have to humble yourself to the fact and the truth that you don't know anything. That's why the scriptures say, Romans 15:4, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning." Okay? So we have to forget what we've been taught and indoctrinated with in this society and force ourselves to relearn the way, the true way, the way that we once had. So let me start off with verse 3 again. Romans 10:3. "For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High." Okay? So again, they haven't humbled themselves, they haven't subjected themselves to the Most High and His doctrine and His way. That's why they don't have the mysteries of the kingdom like we do. Because they go off, they think they know what's right, but like I said, they don't know anything. They're only fooling themselves. Okay? And this right here, for you women, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. And it says here, it says, let's see, 1 Timothy 2 and 11. Here we go. And it says, "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection." Verse 12, "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." Okay? So, by her saying what she was saying, and she said she was a Christian, and I told her that the true Christians were and are Israelites, and the word Christian means to follow or to be a follower of Hamashiach, the Anointed. And I told her, I don't follow any of these man-made religions, okay? This Bible, or this truth, this ministry, it doesn't need, we have a religion, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, the judgments and the ordinances of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But it doesn't need a name like all these other man-made religions do, or denominations. And besides, a lot of these denominations, they contradict themselves. That's why a lot of these so-called wacky-tacky Christians, they're always at variance with one another. They cannot agree on things. There's always got to be some type of argument. See? It's nothing but confusion. And, a woman's not supposed to be in a position of authority or to teach. She's supposed to be in silence. So, by her saying what she's saying, I bit my tongue, and I controlled myself, and for the most part, and I just said to myself, this woman is gone. I would have liked to have went more into it with her, but the Spirit just had me just get my order and get out of there. And this is going to be the book of Job, chapter 39, verse 17. And it says, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. Okay? So wisdom wasn't given unto women. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding wasn't given unto the women. It was given unto the men. Okay? That's the way Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai set it up. The men are the ones that are going to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to lead, to rule, to govern, and to teach. Okay? And if a woman has any questions about anything, let her ask her husband. Okay? That's why the men are here. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to get the book of Mark. This is Mark 13 and 32. And it says, but of that day, and that's another thing too. One thing that really got me with her is that she said that Jesus, so-called Jesus, was coming back in September. And I was saying to myself, how do you know that? Because I'm about to read right here, Mark 13 and 32, it says, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. So this is Yahweh's program, his story, his script. He is the author, the director, and the publisher. Only he knows when his story will end. Verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. 34. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Okay? To every man his servant, gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work. The prophets, what is our job? To prophesy and to teach. And we are to keep watch. Okay? Discern the signs of the times that we're living in. 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, which is early in the morning, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, which is really the witching hour. That's when all those demons, that's one of those demon times. or in the morning. So we know not so we know not the time nor the day nor the hour of when the Lord is going to make his return. We have no idea. That's why we got to be on our A game, day in and day out, 24/7. Verse 36, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. So you don't want to get caught slipping. You don't want to get caught, being a worldly person when he comes back. You just want to stay in this and continue in your lot and finish your course. Verse 37, and what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. So he's telling all of us, me, you, all of you, the sincere Akim or Akwath, watch. Which means beware. Because when he returns, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Lord willing, we're of the elect. But for everyone else, it's going to be a complete nightmare. So, like I said, going back to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11, let the women learn in silence. For you women, just be quiet. Just be quiet and let the men teach. You women do too much of this as is. Just do this more often. There's peace in silence. Okay? Proverbs, let me get it. Like I said, this woman, she didn't come off being aggressive or rude. She was polite, but she just didn't have the true zeal and understanding. This is Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Okay? So, clamorous, loud, talkative, doesn't know how to be quiet. So, in my spirit, I was getting a little, you gotta learn how to deal wisely and patiently with people, but my spirit was getting a little fired up just listening to the nonsense she was spewing. But that's just how we are when it comes to this truth, We want to be on fire for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and tell these people the true and right way. But, in certain situations, it's like, all right, So, for you sincere sisters that are in this, and that know better just to keep silent and just keep on learning, keep doing just that. But, but for those out there that are still loud and proud, I'll tell you this right here, right now. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to put a stop to all this. He's going to force you to go quiet. Because when all hell breaks loose, you women are not going to be out there trying to be a boss bitch or a queen or some type of badass queen or Xena warrior princess. Alright? So once again, like I said, just, for those that have a zeal for the Most High but not according to knowledge, like the passion is there, but it's just not the right thing. In fact, we get Philippians here. Because this is thing that our people, it's not Philippians, so I guess Colossians 2 and 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. Okay? So, she was coming at me with that philosophy. The Christianity thing, or that whole, I guess Yehudi or whatever, the Yah Israelites. I don't know what it is, but she said she was a Christian, so all I know is she was just off. Way off. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, like I said, establishing their own righteousness, but not submitting themselves to the righteousness of the Most High. So eventually they're gonna have to pay for that. I hope that this was an edifying lesson unto the body and to the sincere listeners, but just mostly for you sincere Akim or sincere Akwath, you sisters. Just be quiet. And also, just, you know, I mean, you don't have to tell me because you already know your place as a woman. But for those out there that are just still doing this, Yahweh Shem HaShai is going to make you shut up. With that, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise facing the east to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baruch HaKodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Ba'ath Davadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abababal, Shalom, Barakatam.